Dreaming, dreaming. Hey everybody, it's Clever Trev here. I'm going to show you how to create and animate a simple bird. Let it fly around. Kind of like that bird and like all of these birds. I copy and pasted it like 100 times, so you can see the animation isn't perfect yet. But this was just kind of a test. I was just kind of doing a little practice before I actually taught you how to do it. So we're actually going to start fresh. I'm going to show you how to create a bird from scratch, and we're going to make it even better looking than these ones. I kind of whipped through it real quick. So just to go to edit mode and kind of show you what we're working with. Essentially what I'm going to create is you make a painting of a bird, and then you put the action recorder on, or you make a painting of the bird, you put some effects on it to make it look like it's kind of floating and flying like this one is here. And then you put an action recorder on it and you record it flying. You see how we can actually see the path. And then, you know, you can change the color to whatever color you want. You know, if I wanted it, you know, these like pretty, or let's say I wanted it to look more like a crow. If I'm doing like a haunted level, you could do something like that. And there's lots of different things you can do to it. You know, we can if we go to maybe change the looseness on it a bit, maybe even put the impasto up. There's lots of different ways you could take we lost it. Take a bird and use it as a template and create a bunch of different looking birds. So we are going to start from scratch, and I actually want to save that bird. So what I'm going to do is go back over to this guy. Let's change it back to, what color was good? That red was pretty good. And let's turn that ruffle down. I kind of threw it up there haphazardly. Throw that. And we're actually just going to save this as a new creation. That way I can keep this. We'll put it into sculpture. And we'll call it a simple, well, no, flying bird. Red bird, just so I can remember. But alright, let's get going. I want to teach you how to do this, so sorry I'm so slow. Alright, so let's exit. Yes, I want to save. Blah blah blah. So now this little flying red bird should pop up. We can look at it and it'll probably just fly around. Very cool, very cool. So how did I do that? It's easier than you'd think, honestly. And you know what? If you guys ever want to use this flying red bird, it's all yours. Let's release it. Let's make sure we get a better pick. You know what? Let's do that later. Let's get to the point here. Let's teach you how to create a bird, make it fly. So I'm going to go to Start Fresh, and we're going over to Sculpture. That's what I'm going to use. And just to give ourselves a little template, let's get the floor on. Let's do a little grid snap for now. And I always like to just kind of start right here. Just a good frame of reference, so we got that. And let's start creating a bird. So I'm going to try to actually get this lined up perfectly with the floor. There we go. Just make certain things easier. So let's go to paint mode and start making our bird. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use the triangles first, and we're going to turn on a few things. We're going to turn on surface snap, and for now we're also going to turn on mirror and turn this down. So let's see, I might have to turn the mirror off for just a sec. Well, let's see if we can't get it here. So we're going to start with the tail. We're going to have to turn the mirror mode off for now. And I'm going to try to line it up with this here. Maybe even throw one more down here. So it's going to be kind of like its tail. Maybe, yeah, okay. We can change it later and add more. Not really loving these colors and everything. It's kind of hard to see. It's fine. We'll keep going. All right, so let's go back to triangle. And we'll try to make his body here. You know what? Let's throw in maybe a circular one here. Another one maybe here. And I put that surface snap on, so everything I paint, it's going to lock right onto this floor that I made earlier, the square thing. So it's going to be a perfect flat painting, and that just makes things a little bit easier at times. All right, let's try to. So we got wings will be about here. So we could add the head up here. Maybe something like this. We'll see. So let's get the wings going. We're going to go to triangle. And now is where we might try to do our mirror mode. And as you see, it automatically kind of split it for us. Alright, so I'm going to actually turn off the grid snap now. And by the way, I do have a picture of a bird in front of me right now. It's kind of what I'm using to model this after. So if this is the kind of thing you're getting into, it's good to go on Google, just find what you're looking for, at least have something to refer to. Alright, so birdie, let's see, tail. I feel like we can make the tail a little bit bigger. Let's try to do that first. Ooh, there we go. About there. Kind of want to have a little point at the end of each one. And it is just, you know, art takes patience, so bear with me here. I want to get it right. Not quite. Like it's there somewhere, I just gotta find it. Almost had it there. Alright, I'm spending too much time with this. Alright. I'll just forget about that for now and just let's go with the wings. So, yep, go back to the triangle. And at first it probably won't look like it makes much sense, but you'll see where I'm going. Place that down. And then we'll start getting over here. There. Try to fill this gap in. I have a hard time rotating for some reason. It's annoying. Like that. I know I'm real picky here. Probably shouldn't be, but I don't know, I'm trying to make it perfect, I guess. Okay, we're getting there. We just kind of need a better head, maybe bigger tail. Oops. So let's try to get this tail right. Oops. Let's go a little smaller. There we go. There we go again. It's not letting me rotate it the way I want to. Strap it down. There we go. Jeez, you're slow, clever Trev. Not so clever. Supposed to be a tutorial, bro. Okay, so this head's gonna be fixed here. Let's give it a point. I'm gonna turn off this annoying mirror mode. I should have just not even used it, probably. Whatever. It's helpful. Get a symmetrical bird going. Okay. Let's check this bird out. Let's just bring it up in the air. Oops. Oh yeah, I cloned it. Okay, it's not bad. So what do we need to fix? Let's look at our reference picture. Alright, so we gotta pull the tail down a little more. make the head a little bit more normal. Let's go back and do our painting. Get that floor snap back on. Yep, still on. Alright, tail's a little longer. Excuse me. Let's connect this head a little. Maybe change our fleck to something a little more natural. Fill the head up a little bit. That looks weird. Maybe just another circle. Sorry, I don't have my comments going yet. I'll have to check it in a sec here. Well, it's looking okay. Maybe good enough for now. Let me get my comments up real quick, like. Sorry, I haven't been responding. I've been in creation mode, didn't get comments. Let's change this thing to a different color here to make it a little easier. Green screen, baby. Alright, so what was that? Oh, what's up, GC, brother? Haven't seen you streaming in a while. Miss you, dog. Alright. So, making a bird. I don't know, I'm pretty confident with that. Is any last minute changes? Alright, one last thing we'll do. I think we'll add just a little bit of point at the end here. No. There we go. This might be perfect, actually. Something like this. Something like this. Oh, yeah, this is just what the doctor ordered. Even a little here. Even right there a little bit. Yeah, but I don't know how it goes. Life. Streaming sometimes becomes the last fucking thing on your mind. Alright, so excuse my potty mouth. Just kidding, fuck it. Alright, so did we get that last one in? Yeah. Alright, now the fun begins. That was the boring stuff. We were trying to make like a perfect little bird. So I'm gonna just pull this floor down for now. And so we got this bird. What do we do? First of all, let's just to be safe, I like to copy and paste. Just have like a backup one over there in case I screw this one up somehow. And then secondly, right away, I think I'm just gonna copy and paste this whole thing. Copy paste. Oops. Just throw it on there. Hopefully we can find a good... Let's see, would it be more in the front? Yeah, probably. Maybe even turn the opacity down just a little. Get it ruffled up. And a little looseness. Impasto. Then I'm going to put it back down real close to this. And then merge these paintings. Merge paintings. Oh, it took away the animation, it's fine. Might do one more merge. It's the slowest tutorial ever, huh? That's right. Hopefully you can just skip through to the parts you need. See how that looks. I like this tail a whole lot. It's kind of a pain to delete that kind of things for some reason. Whatever. Let's just roll with it. So that's better. Is it? Man, I just got LCD, I think. Alright. Let's merge these paintings again. Do this merge. So now it actually is just one painting, even though I copied it. Pasted it a couple times. Now let's start making it kind of look like it's floating. First, let's give it a color. Let's make it a bluebird. Get a little impasto, turn up the looseness a little bit. Let's check that out. Alright, now we can start adding these cool effects. Now we don't want flow, I don't think we want boil, we want wave, and we want throb. Throb's going to kind of make it go up and down. Here, we'll just do throb for now. And then wave, kind of makes it go forward and back. So we'll do a little of both. And it might look weird now because it's so big. It should be more like that. looks kind of dumb, but I almost like this one better still. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna just forget about that one. This one just looks better. That's why I saved it. So let's do what I just did. Let's go to this. Let's go to... let's turn up the impasto. And turn up the looseness. Then we're going to go to wave and throb. You only want a little bit of wave, and so let's say 1% wave, maybe 6 to 7% throb. Actually, let's turn it up a little. 2% wave, 8% throb. So it looks kind of, you know, it's not moving right now, but you know, looks like it's kind of just floating in the wind. And what color? We didn't get the color right yet. That's the last one. Man, wish I could edit better. I totally screwed up the tail, I think. So that's why it looks goofy. But there's like no way to delete. Okay, I can delete this way. This thing. Is that gonna help? Yeah, maybe. So any final touches? Let's try to just copy and paste it once. Sometimes you do that and it just kind of fills it in a little bit better. It's better. Let's leave it a little more opaque. So, sorry I'm so slow. Now we can start animating it. And I'm just going to do a real quick one just to show you how easy it is. So we're going to go to Animate, Action Recorder, hold L1 and stamp it on the bird. Oh shoot, I have grid lock on. This is going to look terrible. So I'll stop recording. But it's fine. Check it out. Looks horrible, but that's because we had the stupid lock on. Let's try that again without that. See how much better it is. Alright, action recorder, stamp it. And you can actually tilt the controller, you know, like I'm tilting it right now to go left and right to make it yaw. And I'm going way too fast, but what we can do is now we can go back to that action recorder. Come on, it's Kind of hard to select. I need to move it. And we can turn up springiness. And we're going to turn down the speed. And now let's watch it. Now it's adding that springiness makes it so it's not so rigid. When I make my movements, it'll kind of smooth it out. And then the speed obviously just makes it go slower. But we got a flying bird. Check it out. This might have a little too much wave or whatever that is. Okay, so we can tell there's a few things we got to change. Get rid of that action recorder. Wasn't a very good one. Okay, so I noticed as it's waving, it was just separating too much. So let's turn that down. Now let's try to do a little action recorder. This time we're going to do a little bit better. It won't be our final one, but just to show you that I can actually do it well. Oh, no. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's check it out. It's probably going to be too fast. Well, actually, let's edit it one more time real quick. Let's turn up that springiness on it. And maybe make it a little slower. Blind bird. Well, a little glitchy. So, that's, I guess, how you grade and animate a flying bird. I didn't do it great. You know, I definitely could do better, especially if I wasn't trying to talk and create at the same time. I'm not much of a multitasker. You know, I guess now what you can do is, well, first let's do a little quick save. Flying bird. And I guess a few last things. Let's go in here, change a few things, give it some more color. And I was gonna maybe even give it some finish, maybe make it kind of shiny and waxy. Maybe turn the looseness up a tad, pasto up a little. I was gonna say turn these up a little. let's check it out. Put the same. A little thicker. So I don't love it, but whatever. And now what we can do, let's do, that circle is fine. Alright, so. Let's copy and paste this puppy. And I'm just kind of copying, pasting, changing the angles, because this way, once I hit play, they'll all just be flying around in different directions. And let's. One thing I like to do, if I want to select all these birds and copy and paste them, what I can do is just double click on here, which selects everything. And then I click on this again to deselect it, and now all I have is selected is the birds. So I can copy and paste. And we're just copying and pasting. Copying and pasting. Whatever, let's check this out. Play it up. And okay, last thing, actually, we're gonna put a little first person character here. And there's our birds flying around. Let's just give it a moment. Let it be a natural flow. So, obviously I could spend a lot more time now and, you could individually record each bird to make them kind of like fly as a flock, or we could do a little flying V. And you can see these little animation things that happen that don't look right, like it stops. I could easily fix that, but I don't know. Not the best looking birds, but you can tell what the concept is, and you can take more time and actually get the proportions proper. So how about last thing is, since I said flying V, let's make a flying V like the Mighty Ducks. Let's get one that's flying over the. There we go. Okay, let's do this one. Alright, there's our fly. Let's check it out. Stupid. I mean, it works. Whatever. Okay, let's. Can't really change much because it'll change the. Let's see if that changes their pattern. Oh yeah, if you change their size, it scales their whole action. But whatever. And so this is the kind of thing I could do with fish. Like, instead of making a bird, you could make fish. Like, this almost looks more like fish than a bird. You can make a school of fish with this concept. You can make, fireflies if you just make a little glowy ball. But, so let's delete everything except for one bird. You're the lucky bird. And then we're gonna take a picture of it. From underneath, maybe. Something like that. Maybe try to make that ugly tail not so obvious. There you go. Flying bird. And now what we can do, and you know what, for the fun of it, I'm just gonna release it. So if you want this bird, it's all yours. Flying bird. Public, sure, whatever, who cares. So if you look up, if you go look up flying bird, you should be able to find it. Otherwise, look up my gamer tag. Okay. The whole point of making these birds is I'm making another pretty level right here. I'll show you. And I've made all this from scratch. Haven't copied or anything from anybody. All the rocks and the trees and the grass and the water, that's all mine. Proud to say. But what I'm trying to do is, if I were to, let's say, go to edit and maybe start loading in those birds. Come on, paste it down. It's not letting me. What's going on? Why doesn't that work? I don't know. Must be a bug. Never seen that happen. Let's try this other bird. Let's try it. This is bugging out on me right now. Holy, I've never had this happen. Again. A bunch of cool birds flying around. I mean, that's way too many birds. It's a little better. About glitched out. Jeez. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Just flock a million birds. Cool though. It's pretty cool. I could do it with fish. I could put some fish in the water. Or make a deer running around, or who knows. It looks cool though. I don't know. So in conclusion, that's how I would make a bird. I'm sure I could have done it better and showed you a little bit better and quicker. It took way too long. But essentially you paint a bird, give it a few extra effects like wave and flow, or not flow, wave and throb, and then animate it, make it fly in a big circle, copy and paste, and you got yourself a bird. So this is Clever Trev. I hope I taught you something. Hope you enjoyed. Give me a follow on Dreams and I'll follow you back. Throw your PlayStation ID in the comments. Game on. Keep dreaming, my friends. Clever Trev over and out.